Alright, well today is July 7th and I'm out here in North Dakota today, and the goal this weekend is to get some trail cameras up, stands ready to go for early season. I need to get stands cleared, shooting lanes cut, all that good stuff, because opener this year in North Dakota is August 31st, which means next month I'm going to be hunting, which is kind of crazy. So that's kind of the goal. It's going to be a scorcher today. It's supposed to be like 95 degrees and it's super windy, so we'll see. But I've already got one stand taken down this morning, and then now I'm going into a spot where we've been hunting for this will be the 4th year we've hunted this piece of property. I'm going to cut shooting lanes for a stand and get a trail camera up and see what happens. Alright, so pretty tired. I got the roads way, I don't know if you can tell, back here. So it's like about a mile to the stand here, and stands up here somewhere. And this is a spot that, like I said earlier, we've been hunting for 4 years. This is the same spot that Tyler shot his buck in 2015. So I won't be back here for a month at least, so I'm gonna get that set up here and pretty much be headed to the next spot. So right now I'm headed back into this piece of land where the water hole was. If you remember those hunts from last year. We have a couple stands up here, and there's also have like a man-made ground blind over this water hole. So what I'm gonna do is go to our first stand. It's a ladder stand we have on the corner of this field. We're actually, the night that we saw that big buck last year, that buck was like maybe 30 yards from the stand, so we were just in the wrong spot that night. But what I'm gonna do is trim that out. If anything needs to be trimmed, then I'm gonna kind of cut a little lane or recut the walking path to the water hole. I just got this tree stand prepped and all good to go. I cleared it out last year when we were sitting over the water hole, which is back here-ish. That big buck came, he was right in here. You would have had a nice shot at him, so I made sure to get it cleared out all good, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut the lane to the water hole now. All right, well, it took me a little while, but lane kind of cut to the pond, so it's kind of back here behind the water, and then right across the water over here is where we'd be sitting. That tree stand that I was in earlier was just right on the corner right here. So, and then behind me, see, I got the trail camera. Got the camera right here, and then that's watching right here is a big trail that comes up into the field. So I wanted to put the camera actually in the water, but it's just too deep and it's just not going to work in this pond. But all right, well, I got another spot all set up here on the corner of this field. Got X's camera right here behind me, and I got a trophy rock, some corn, some buck jam right here for big mineral there on the corner of this field. And so we'll see stands right up here, and hopefully something will come by in this corner. All right, well, today's Sunday now, and I'm at a spot now where it's private land. It's private land that borders public, and it's actually the main spot that I hunted Kobe last year. And where I was hunting Kobe was in a big stretch of timber, which was public. Where I'm putting this camera is actually on private. And you can see here, got a trophy rock and some corn. And what really excites me actually is you can see behind me planting corn this year. Last year this was beans, and then the neighboring field, which is where I don't have permission, like the farmer either forgot about it or something, it was just nothing. And now this year that's beans and this is corn. And so originally my plan was to put this camera up and have it just be inventory for this year, because pretty much any bucks, any deer that's visiting up here last year was at nighttime, and those deer would be more apt to move in daylight in the timber on public. But with having beans in the neighboring field having corn right here, I can definitely see it being plausible having deer moving through here in daylight. So when I come back in August, when I check this camera, it'll be very interesting, because if I got daylight movers here, this would be a really cool spot to hunt. It'd be really easy to get a spot up one of these trees here in the corner and right on the edge of the standing cornfield. So that'll be definitely something to monitor. But now I got about a month and a half till hunting season out here, so it's gonna come fast. I'm gonna come out here one more time to check cameras and do some glassing and make some last minute plans before opener. I'll probably do that the second week of August, and then it'll be about 2 weeks for season. So it's gonna come here quick, but until then I'll be just mainly checking cameras, monitoring some stuff on public land around my house in Minnesota and some big wood stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of content coming, so don't go anywhere.